So,
That's
I'm
how
going
he
to
rolls.
shift into the Ghost Veil. What do I see?
Pay 2 stress.
Yep.
So you shift into the Ghost Veil, and basically you can see, like, coming out from this painting, the woman's hair flows backwards and transcends the painting to make a whole bunch of these red tendrils that turn into, like, smoke that, like, curls up like it's coming from a fire, and this smoke is going over the whole building and creating that huge presence that that Arthur
Awesome.
recognized.
Okay. I'm going to put on my thieving gloves.
Okay.
And I'm going to reach out, and I'm going to...
Reach out and touch faith.
Grab the painting.
Okay.
And leap. So I'm just going to leap through the
That
wall.
would be the song for this scene.
And since I am... Oh, I'm not pushing myself. How does this work?
Now,
Well, I have to push myself in order to perform a feat that
I
will
love
allow
that
me to
song.
survive a 3-story drop.
It's a great song.
So none of these Ghost Veil things give me, or are technically pushing yourself, so I will have to pay 2 to push myself
that's
in
true.
addition. Okay. Well, I will push myself to grab the painting and leap using finesse.
And land cleanly on
And
the
land
ground level.
and on the ground level, yes.
Okay.
If that's all one movement.
No, that's perfectly fine. Let's make that
The painting slows your descent.
let's make that a
I like
risky
how you-
standard effect.
I like
because
how
of
you
your
could
ability.
just go on the fire escape, but you want to jump down.
I want to jump
Fuck.
down.
Let's go. It's a risky standard due to your
Superhero
ability,
land.
and let's see what happens.
So pushing myself gives me 4 dice.
Sweet. Here we go.
It was a 4.
Sweet. See, you do it with a consequence.
That could have been
Barely.
that could have been a lot worse.
I think harm's the easiest thing to give you here. So
Sure.
you leap out of the building, you
break
go
your
sailing
Sprain your
downwards.
ankle.
Yeah, basically painting in tow, and you land, but you land kind of wrong with a crunch, and your ankle like turns the wrong way. And you're like and you can feel it. It's level 2 harm, sprained
I
ankle.
want to resist that.
Okay, roll prowess.
And can I use armor? Or
Yeah,
no?
you can use armor as well. You can use it to break your fall as you hit. You can kind of roll with it.
Yeah. So I'll use armor and resist.
Okay, so armor drops it down to 1.
And you resist with what dice?
You resist with prowess, so the first dots on all your prowess abilities. So
Sweet, so that's 3 dice.
Okay, and then what'd you roll?
A
5.
So it costs you 1 stress.
Oh.
That 5 was
Yes.
almost not
So does
there.
that bring it down a level or negate it?
It brings it down a level normally, so armor. So it's at 2. Armor brings it to 1. Resist 0.
Cool.
So you just roll with the fall.
Sweet.
Awesome.
And I book it.
Yeah.
And you guys are
So
on the roof.
what do
we
you guys-
leave
It's the way we
normally and respectfully, like good.
Quietly.
Yes. We
Yeah.
go out. We
Yeah.
close the window behind us.
We certainly
1 sec.
we certainly don't make a thud
thud.
from the ground.
So you notice Arthur as soon as he jumps out the window or jumps out
I'm
the
jumping
wall.
out the back wall.
Jumps out the
of
back wall.
place.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jumps out the back wall with this painting. The presence, the tendrils, it goes and gets sucked back into the painting.
Nice.
And just
Oh,
removes itself entirely. So
Ooh.
what was there once is no longer there,
Oh,
leaving
so anyone who's a sensitive will immediately go, something has changed.
a rather noticeable hole. So let me just roll and see.
Pretty clear that was going to happen.
Oh
Yep.
my god, no.
Yep. So
No.
you guys see Marco jump out the wall, and you turn to go to the window, and the window goes and closes on its own. And you hear footsteps come pounding up the stairs to the room.
Dude, I'm gonna use wreck and I'm gonna break this window.
Okay. Like you're gonna sufficiently just like okay.
Please do.
You can just
No,
smash it.
no, I've got
Desperate 0 effect.
I've got Desperate Zero. What do you mean?
Is it glass?
It's not glass.
Magic glass.
It's magical. Okay, when something like that happens, is there such a thing as arcane counter magic?
You want to like try to counter it before it does?
Yeah, before it closes?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, I
it's
don't know
it's-
what game effect that is.
No, that's what you just got to tell me you want to do it.
Okay.
In some cases, I'll say no because it happens too fast, like a couple instances
Sure.
in where you're replacing consequences.
Right.
But so yeah, so it's gonna be desperate and limited effect.
I am all about being desperate.
Okay. I'm assuming
All
you're
right.
tuning.
Yes.
It's pretty good realization. I guess you can make the connection.
Yeah, because yeah, it's one of those game things where it's like, I don't know how this works.
I mean, from Arthur's point of view.
That's a 5 and 3/4.
Okay.
Maybe I can keep it open at least for one person to get away.
No, well, not.
Or weaken it so he can wreck it or something.
Okay, it's got to be a serious complication.
Okay.
So, you hold the window open. You're just like, "Gah!" But it's staying there in place. But you won't be able to move. You're stuck here. If you move or do anything else, this window slams shut.
Right.
That's a serious complication.
Okay, but it's enough so that the others can get out. Go!
We go.
You guys can hear the tromping of the footsteps coming up the stairs.
We go, yeah.
Okay,
Jeez.
so Caelin and Ptolemy jump out through the window. Caelin and Coyote.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, oh my god, how are you gonna get out?
How are you guys getting out of this window? Like, as soon as you go out through the window, do you have the ropes there from before?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, he jumped down, so those ropes are still there.
yeah.
He never used the ropes to jump down.
So you guys are out the window and going up the ropes.
Yeah.
Back to the top of the building? Because you're on the 3rd floor. Do you want to jump 3 stories?
Is there a chimney?
There is a chimney on top of the building, yeah. But it's like one of those small
That leads
English
back in,
chimneys
though.
with like 2. It's impossible to slip down. It's like one of those.
I was gonna be like,
2
get in the
stroke,
chimney, we'll throw a rope and we'll pull you out.
We can't take the rope and then, like, use that to rappel down.
No, you totally could. You could use it to rappel down the building.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
that's what I would want.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
What about Arthur?
sounds like risky standard effect.
Okay, what am I using?
I don't know.
It doesn't really matter because I'm using Rook's Gambit.
Okay.
Because I'll pay 2
I don't know,
stress.
dude.
What is it, like finesse maybe?
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. What about you? Is it the group action? Like, what are you guys doing here? What's happening?
Well, I can't finesse, so.
I'm just rolling to make sure that I want to do it good. I don't want to fuck this up.
Okay.
So that's a 4.
Okay. Sweet. Caelin, what about you? How are you?
I'd have to prowl. I
You have
can't finesse.
So you're going slow. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see what happens. Risky standard.
5.
All right. So I think you both like you're like slowly working your way down the building bit by bit. I think you're partially down. We'll get to that in a second. You're just gonna finesse. So you're just like jumping out and grabbing the rope and sliding down. You're just like
Yeah.
Woo! Okay. So I think about halfway down, like you're like sliding down and you like hit the side of the building a little bit too hard and you lose your grip on the rope slightly and fall like the last 9 feet or so.
Okay.
You're just like ow. So you're gonna take level 1 harm there.
Okay.
Should technically be level 2, but whatever. Level 1 harm, bruise from the landing. Bruised landing.
Bruise? Okay.
Where's tailbone?
So like there's this loud bang as like you hit the street from below and Marcos,
It's a good thing we
are
alert.
you like off?
Level 1 harm, but hurt.
I'm
It's-
out of here as
Book
fast
it
as
as
I
soon
It's a
can.
good thing
Okay.
I alerted them by making a loud noise.
Yeah.
Certainly.
So what's Arthur doing? Like
Okay, so
these footsteps.
do I feel like I have a couple of actions before they break through, or are they like already there? And
No,
I'm
the
already fighting?
consequence is that you had to hold it open long enough for them to get through.
Okay.
And then like so you're holding it, and just as Marco and or not Marco, just as Ptolemy and Caelin go out the window, like you can release it if you want,
Right.
but like you see 3 wraiths come crashing through the crashing through the
so
door.
I obviously release the window because like I turn around, I see them there, and is there any magical power still left in the altar now that the painting's gone?
No.
Okay, so it's that.
Yeah, the painting was
All right.
everything.
They've just burst through the door?
Is the
All right, I feel like that this is a fight for your life to get out thing, so I'm not going to bother fighting. I'm just going to do everything in my power to run, evade, and get out the building by running through it.
Okay.
Because there's 3 of them, there's probably confusion, they're probably checking out a lot of different things. So, I'm going to turn, give them my most diabolical laugh behind my dead mask.
Okay.
I'm going to slap my hands on the ground, reaching down and taking a handful of the blood from one of each of the 2 people we killed.
Very, very good.
I'm going to wipe the blood on my face on either side
On
in
the
warping
mask.
fashion.
Very good.
And then I'm going to reach out and draw their souls to me and use all my power because their ghosts are now, like, no one's come to take them yet. And I'm
the
gonna
dead guys.
Oh,
Yes, and I'm going to
shit.
compel them to form a V formation and fight us through the building.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Desperate limited.
And I'm going to push for higher effect.
Okay. Desperate standard. You can push for an extra dice too if you want.
And
It's 2 for each push, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I can't afford that many. Yes, I can. This is exciting.
Okay.
So double push,
Yeah.
extra effect, extra dice.
Let's see if you can get through the building.
6.
6, 5.
Yep, just a 6.
6?
No
Okay,
double
yeah.
6.
So, yeah, you reach down with the blood, and the blood on the side of your face, like, goes, and there's, like, this ethereal blue flame that comes up on either side, just like that, and you see,
Is
like...
your head, like, on fire?
Yeah, I think it's like fire on either
Ooh.
side, like that, and you see
Super Saiyan mode!
one of the Wraith guys, he's wearing a chicken mask, and he was about to, like, draw his, like, sword and go for you, and he sees the fire, and he goes... and like takes a step back, and he like puts his sword back, and he fumbles in his coat for like what you can only guess is a charm.
What a chicken.
And then at that exact moment, there's this horrible ripping and retching sound as these two spirits come like pulled out of the Wraith's body, just like
Oh, shit. They're
They
not
ripped
ready
out.
to leave yet.
And as they get teared out, you can see that something pulls at their faces, and it rips their faces right off of them.
Yeah.
So they're just like these faceless floating forms that go hurling towards the three guards.
Like they weren't
Yeah.
ready to leave their bodies
They
yet.
definitely weren't ready to leave their bodies yet. Yeah, I mean, ghosts tend to take like about 3 days to leave bodies
Wow.
usually. So like, yeah. So these,
were ghosts and people?
yeah, the two wraiths you guys
Every-
killed
the two
earlier.
ghosts.
Everybody. Yeah.
The wraiths are all ghosts?
No.
No, I just
The
ripped
dead-
their
killed
souls
the-
from their
oh, the
bodies.
dead bodies.
ahead of
That's
time.
what you meant. I thought these were ghosts possessing.
Are they any
No.
more cognizant than other ghosts? I'm just curious.
Not that you can notice.
Oh, okay.
So there's like a muffled scream that comes from them that you can't really hear too well because they don't have mouths to express it.
Yeah,
and
too
they
bad.
go sailing forward and basically grab onto these guys, and the three wraiths like stumble backwards. They're all pulling out charms and stuff like that. They're like ah, and at that point you can go like charging down.
Yep.
That's so cool. Holy shit.
Yep.
So
That's... Oh my god.
you're like charging down through the building. You're like passing past. I imagine like you hit a banister somewhere and like skid down the stairs and stuff.
You like vault
The
from
great
over
thing about being
banisters.
my age is that sliding down banisters is one of my special skills.
Yeah. So
Bruce
Caelin-
yells at me all the time, but I knew it would come in handy one day.
Yeah. So, Caelin, you're slowly making your way down the building, and you hear this commotion as this
Making
Arthur
my
with
way
these two
down,
screaming
down.
ghosts comes screaming down the hall, and you're like, you see him go by the window that you're working your way
As
down
I'm working
past.
my way down, I'm watching like different things happen.
Yeah. But don't forget there was a consequence from your last roll. So, so you're making your way down, and you look over, and there was a Wraith Guard who was like standing there, and Arthur went streaming past, and the Wraith Guard saw the ghosts. He's got like a dog mask on, and so he like backed up against the wall, and as Arthur went surging down with the ghosts, he like avoided that, and then he's like, and he like turns, and he sees you there outside the window.
Ooh, is it one of those full moments where they both pause and wave?
Yeah.
It's
And he like draws a gun at you through the window.
A gun. Fantastic.
What are you doing?
No, you've got
I
you've
tried
got a
it.
heavy load. Do you have a gun?
Yeah, don't forget you can pull out.
Yeah, but I don't have any skills to shoot.
Do you have a runaway?
What does that mean? A runaway?
Tell me what
Run
your character.
away.
Tell me what your character does when you see somebody pull a gun. When she sees somebody pull a gun on her.
Whoa, it's different being a gun pulling when you're on a rope.
I know.
How high am I?
You're on the second floor, so you're
Great.
2 stories up. What?
So.
You can make a devil's bargain.
Isn't it already very obvious to us because of our previous experiences that they can't shoot a gun through these windows because they're magically sealed?
Yeah.
Oh my god, yes!
And
No.
Caitlin, as a spider, would have retention of information that lets her know, haha, you fool, your own windows
Yeah.
are stopping you from hurting me.
No, but James is making it a magic gun.
It's not necessarily a magic gun. It's more that the window they specifically forced shut at that point was specifically meant to ward people from getting out of it. So
But
like,
you said all the windows were warded when you told us this story.
yeah, but the window wasn't locked when you guys originally opened it. If it had been, then that wouldn't have made sense. It made sense either.
So the
Wait,
bullet.
so you're saying this window is
So
warded
I assumed
and
it just
closed,
all went
but
on
not
lockdown.
Yeah.
sealed yet?
Once the painting was
Okay,
gone.
fine.
And if that one was magically sealed, they were all
fine.
magically
Well, you can do
sealed,
something
but-
else.
No, that's fine. It totally makes sense that the guy wouldn't be thinking about that.
Yeah,
That too,
like
yeah.
it would be a hilarious thing where he panics, shoots the gun, but
Ricochets,
because a real
hits
spider
his
would
head.
not be panicked.
Yeah.
Would go, you did not think of this. I've been counting. You've used up all 6 bullets in the chamber.
So what do you do?
Well, considering that it is since that's the case, I guess I'm just gonna keep climbing.
Okay.
I mean, like, if you want to have a different consequence once I get on the ground, that's fine.
So daring.
Well, it's not that really. It's more to the point where, like, so the windows are all warded against intrusion. So when you move in through one, it alerts somebody that you moved in, but they're not necessarily warded against, like, the glass isn't, like, warded and protected, except for that one window which they shut because they knew somebody was in that room because the aura disappeared.
All right, well, if you want to continue, then fine.
I mean, does that make sense? Like, I don't want you guys to think, like,
Well,
I'm backtracking. That's just the way I
just want to also point out, though, when I mean, you kind of gave it away. When I went to offer up the idea of wreck, you said that it was like a 0. It was like
for that specific window.
Okay, so not all the windows are like the window upstairs.
The real question is not whether we think it makes sense. The real question is, as the GM, you know how these people would set up and what they would do. So you're like, if this happens, do they only have so much mystical power? Is there a single red lockdown button? Like, what is the activation? Like, what makes sense?
I know exactly.
Fiction?
I know exactly how that window was shut. So that's
okay. Yeah, and then if
fine.
you know something outside of the fiction, then that's fine.
Okay, fine. Okay, whatever. Oh, I'm trying to set up a. Never mind. Okay,
it's fine.
So you got the gun. What are you doing?
You've got armor from your load. You've got
not on my face.
You've got lots of stuff in your load.
But my face.
Armor is just generic. It's not defined as like face armor.
Well, yeah.
Maybe your mask that we made for you is just good enough that it can block a shot.
I mean, so armor.
And the consequences that they see what your face actually looks like.
Okay, well, what I'm going to do is, since like the rope is hanging from the building, I am going to, as he points, I am going to hold it and I'm going to push off.
Okay.
And I am going to swing to the side.
Oh, okay, to like get out of the way of his shot.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. What are you gonna roll to do that?
That sounds like finesse, but I don't have it.
Okay, so roll 2 dice, take the lower, or spend 2 stress for a 50-50 shot. Do you want to pay 2 stress to push yourself, or I think it's gonna be.
I mean, sure. I just don't want to trauma again.
I think this is a desperate position. Probably gonna have standard effect with this roll.
Sure. It's just like, keep in mind I can't do anything else after this for stress.
Mark that you.
I could too, but that's it.
Mark that you did something desperate.
It was a lot. I've got 1.
Have I done anything desperate? I haven't done anything desperate yet.
Because you're using finesse.
Oh, I would do it up here.
Yeah. So when you roll a desperate action, you mark. Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
All right. So roll 1 dice and see what happens.
That seems like worse of what that.
You roll 2 dice and take the lower result, which is significantly worse than rolling 1 dice and having a 50-50 chance. Not if you roll badly like that, though. Okay, so with a desperate position,
fall off the building and die.
So don't forget
take some harm.
Don't forget you have resistance rolls here that can happen.
Well, I can also trauma again.
Yes, you could.
Yeah.
I don't want to trauma again.
Well, all right.
You don't have to resist.
So you push off the building, just like to swing out of the way, and he goes and he like adjusts his aim, but not quick enough, and he fires the gun, and it goes, and it sails through, and it doesn't hit you, it hits the rope above you. So
the rope is now precarious.
The rope just gets like shot, and it just snaps. Like your weight snaps it with the swing, and you go plummeting towards the ground.
Okay.
So you hit the ground with like a bang, rolling to catch yourself just barely, and you're going to take level 3 harm, broken arm from that.
Okay.
Do you want to resist? Armor?
Armor.
I do have armor on. Does that do anything?
If you mark armor, you can use it to resist harm.
Sure. Brings it down to level 2.
That's basically the only thing it's used for.
Sure.
And then you want to make a resistance roll? Prowess?
Wait,
she doesn't want to try.
What about heavy armor?
Heavy armor, so it costs 3, I forget exactly what it is.
You've got plenty of load.
So it costs 2 load to do armor. If you do 3 for heavy armor, that drop it down to level 1 harm, but it costs 5 load. That's what that is.
You have a full load. Have you used any items?
No. I have not.
So do it.
Yeah.
You were in heavy armor.
But I already have still Wraithburn at 1, so does that put me up to 2? What is
Oh, you have 1 filled in. No, so you have 2 boxes.
Oh, got it. Okay, cool.
So they'll give you a second.
So
level
what would this
1
be
harm.
then?
You're at level 1 harm
no,
right
it's
now.
level 1 harm, so it's going to be...
Would it be more like I've dislocated my shoulder or something?
Yeah, that's good.
Is that a level
let's call it
1-ish
that.
thing? Or
let's just call it a bad fall. We can do that too.
Alright.
And then you can resist it further, but if you don't want to trauma, then that's fine to leave it at level 1. That's easy enough to heal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to just say to the shoulder because I want to use it.
So Arthur goes tearing down the stairs.
Oh
Yep.
my god.
Reckless.
Ghost kill.
Yeah, this is definitely not discreet.
I recklessly took the baiting and ran away.
Yeah.
And Arthur recklessly ran through the building.
This is so in character. This is how all of our operations end.
This is
with
so
us
great.
desperately separating and running for our lives.
So you get to the bottom floor. You come charging down, and the bottom floor of this tenement building. It's like you come charging down the stairs. It's like the entry hall.
Right.
So in this entry hall,
many?
there is a man standing in there wearing a spirit warden mask,
What?
just over his face.
Oh, come on.
And you come charging down. He's not dressed in the spirit warden garb.
Okay.
He looks like he's dressed in like thief garb.
Oh,
And
so like maybe they just like me stow a spirit warden mask.
Maybe.
Wait.
And you come charging down the stairs, and he waves a hand, and both of your ghosts just like get knocked off of your control.
Oh, come on.
You can resist this, of course,
How
right?
much of your load did you build? You just had a
I
regular...
always take a light load.
Okay.
So you can resist with stuff like that I say.
It's like,
All right,
did you bring your mask
So
with you?
he throws his hand up, and both of your ghosts like just get knocked out of your control, and they go screaming up.
Will
towards the
resist
ceiling.
allow me to like retain control?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So-
you're resisting with resolve.
Yep.
Do you have your mask, by the way?
My spirit warden mask? No, I keep it at home.
Okay.
It's too late to switch mask now.
Does it do anything, or is it just...
I think James said it didn't do anything. It was tied to the particular wardens.
Yeah.
It's just a cool artifact to
It was
keep.
cool.
It would just be an interesting thing to be like, I'm a warden too.
And this is stress minus this roll,
Yep.
right? Okay. Come on, 6. No second trauma. Ooh, maybe a second trauma would be cool.
So if you trauma, you're knocked out of the action.
1. So
No,
5.
5 minus 6. 6 minus 5
one
is
stress.
one.
Okay, yeah. I was like highest dice. Okay, cool. All right. So you take 1 stress. So you hang on to the ghost. So you feel this wave, like you feel it go out, and then the guy like kneels down, and like grunts, and draws this knife out, and you can see that along the blade there are these weird runes that like kind of pulse a bit and hurt your eyes. And he comes charging towards you, and he like raises the knife up for a strike. He's blocking your path.
I want this knife so badly.
It's not in me.
But trauma takes you out of the action.
Trauma,
like, it just
trauma. You're
takes-
done. You might get captured
What's
by
the
the
part?
wraiths
What?
if you trauma right here.
Yeah.
Is there... So now that I have retained control of the ghost, can I just order them to fight him?
Yeah.
So I can get out?
If you want to.
Okay, yeah, because I think it's... I want the knife, but I want to escape more.
It's a desperate that's going to have limited effect.
Okay. I can't push. I'm basically at trauma.
Sure. I should get a clock going for this guy then.
Come on, go, baby, go. Oh, exciting! 6.
Yeah.
Just a 6.
Yeah.
Loops.
I love that you just
Resolve.
see things and it's like, oh wow, this is my brand new thing I'm focused on.
So I'm going to give him
want this
Well, he is a
rune.
child.
I want
4
this
count
rune.
clock.
My goddaughter is 12, so I steal a lot of these from how I see her behavior. It's like, oh, I want this chocolate. Wait a minute, what is that over there?
So this is going to be actually an extended operation here.
Okay.
So it's a 4 count clock for Loop's Resolve.
Okay.
It's a limited effect there, so I'm marking off 1 segment.
Okay.
So when this is out, he's sufficiently distracted.
Oh.
So you can like get out of the way. So you command the 2 ghosts to go sailing toward him, you know, and he backs up a bit as he sees the ghosts coming, and one of them comes at him, and you got a 6, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So one of them comes at him, and he like throws the knife at it.
Oh.
So he goes, "Poof," and the knife goes sailing through the ghost and like cuts into it, and the thing howls and spins and flies off in the opposite direction.
Ooh.
Just goes through a wall and is gone. And then he turns to face the other one, and he like gets in a position so he's blocking both your path to the door and he's facing the ghost.
Gotcha. All right.